Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Blue and we're back with another video. This one is going to be short and sweet and it's actually going to be really fun. We're actually going to be talking specifically about stats. Something I've noticed a lot is the stats have changed quite a bit, especially if you're simming yourself. You're going to see the stats changing from what you may be used to with your Feral Druid. So this one we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it and talk about stats. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Take it easy. Peace. Okay, the first thing we are going to talk about is we're going to talk about the stats in general, what they do, what they're good for. We're going to start off with Critical Strike. Critical Strike, it says it has a chance for an extra effectiveness on attacks and heals. So it pretty much increases the damage, the damaging spells with a % chance to proc, where the % chance depends on the amount of your crit. So this is actually our strongest damage increase overall, but at a cost of % chance of occurring. Next, we have Haste. Increases attack speed, spell casting speed, and regeneration rate, or energy regeneration. So this is actually mostly just good for multiple rips. That's how we've used this in the past, mostly just good for multiple rips. Mastery. Increases the damage done by your cat form bleed abilities and finishing moves, aka bite. So this one is actually great for dungeons with high amounts of rips or primal casts. So this is the best stat to increase bite damage, other than of course the % chance from crit to occur. Versatility, it increases the damage and healing done by a percentage, and it also decreases the damage taken. So this is actually a lower stat compared to some of our others that we have. It's a really low percentage of increasing our damage, but it does overall increase our damage. So now that you kind of know about the stats, you might be like questioning, why are these stats changing? Why when I sim myself, the stats are changing? Well, that's because corruption. Corruption is changing a lot of our stats. It's changing a lot of our stat weights on our gear. So let's go ahead and take a look at these as well and how they are affected by corruption. Critical Strike, it's going to remain the same. Critical Strike still is going to affect our corruption. It's going to give us a chance of proccing. Therefore, Critical Strike is still really strong. Let's look at Haste. Haste is actually a lot stronger now than it used to be because it actually procs off corruption, especially the weapon. So the weapon in the raid off Mott, let me just read this. It says, by the way, this is actually our strongest corruption item per corruption cost. So if you value into how much damage it does per corruption, this is our best corruption. And it says your auto attacks have a 25% chance to bite your target's soul, dealing 2% of your health and damage and healing you for that amount. So this is based off of our auto text. So this is our best corruption. Haste increases our auto attack speed. So Haste is very strong. Let's look at some other corruptions. These are going to go up depending on the corruptions you have. Let's take a look at the Twilight Devastation. Okay, so this one says your attacks have a chance to trigger a beam of Twilight Devastation, dealing a certain amount of 18% of your damage and health. So the thing here is your attacks. So these are our spells, but we know that Haste gives us an energy regeneration. So it means that overall, with the larger amount of haste, you are going to be pressing more abilities, which is going to increase the chance of this proccing. So that's why you may question and you may notice that haste is actually going to be a lot stronger in your builds than it has ever been before. Now what about Mastery? Mastery is actually our weakest stat when it comes to corruption, because Mastery says increases the damage done of your cat form bleeds. So this actually has nothing to do with corruption at all. So you are going to see corruption moving down in our abilities. Usually Mastery was really good in dungeons, but since it's not going to have anything to do with corruption, you're probably not going to be seeing it very high unless you have abilities, corruption abilities that have nothing to do with damage. Versatility. You're going to see versatility being slightly higher than normal because, again, this is also something that will affect your corruption. Again, it's only going to be a small increase, but this increase will also affect your corruption. So I hope you guys kind of enjoyed the video. The whole thing about this was to kind of put into perspective our stats with corruption, which is a little bit something we're not used to doing, something that I have never talked about before. And you may question, hey, looking at my old videos, why do these stats not seem as strong? Why do I not seem like I'm doing as much damage in dungeons? Well, it really has to do with your corruption. So take a look at that, kind of read through your corruptions and see how these abilities and how these stats can increase the effectiveness or increase your damage overall. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and take it easy. Peace.